Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another fabulous episode of Big Whoop. I am your host, Bradley Oberrieder. Thank you so much for joining. New setup, right? Second week, new setup. Look at this. If you're on video, look at that Michael Jordan poster. Look like that Michael Jordan picture where he's got like his arms stretched out. And thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Second week with the new setup. First week of being 1 year older. I'm not going to say how old I am because I am myself trying not to realize it, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. Another year older, another year wiser. And yeah, you know what? It was fine. It was a fine birthday. It was very good. I actually had a very nice birthday. You might have seen it last week where my mom came by and she brought a whole bunch of stuff. She brought raw milk and she brought raw goat's milk cheese. And what else did she bring? She brought me like food that I ate into the next day. So it was very nice. Ended up going up to Brothers Field on Friday night, which was my birthday, and then Saturday for the Havana Nights. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, very much. I appreciate it for your birthday wishes. And now here we are. We're back where I was going to say in a new setup, but it's kind of the same. I want to try this out for a little while. It feels pretty good. I kind of like... there we go. It's a little better. I kind of like this setup. It's almost like a streamer setup. So I was thinking, you know, it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, is have maybe an episode come out on Tuesday and then do an actual live stream on Thursdays and have that be a weekly thing. So that's pretty cool. You know, you realize a lot of things when you turn another year older. You kind of start to count your minutes, and I think I'm just finding out that I don't have a certain committed way that I have to do things, which I know could be weird. You know, some people might, I guess what I mean by that is like, I've known people who make music and they're like, no, it only ever has to be the way I want it to be. And then you kind of like die in your own nicheness. So I had somebody ask like, why change the style? Why change it up a little bit? Because honestly, if there's a way that I can do something better and, you know, do it with more views and things like that, I'm not so stuck in my ways that I would not switch. Look at this, classes. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you so much for joining episode... I don't know what it is. Episode 23, 24 of Big Whoop. Isn't that crazy? Thank you for sticking around. Yeah, happy middle of July. And I got a couple of things. Dude, it's been a little while since I checked in, since we did this. It's been pre-haircut, a couple of weeks in Florida with Eric at Signature Popcorn. And then kind of a weird half episode last week, which was only just a few days ago on Saturday with my mom. So I feel like it's been a little while since we sat down, since we had a face-to-face, since we've talked. There's been a lot of things that have happened. We're going to look at some of it, ranging from, hey, big news, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got married. So they did it. They did it. They've done it. They've gone and gotten married. At least I think they have. And I'm really not being like facetious. I think they did. The thing that I saw is that their garbage was being sold. Their garbage was being sold. And nothing sells a healthy society like celebrity garbage being sold. So I'm excited to look into that. I had to look over like the last 2 or 3 weeks about things that have happened, and we'll get into it. Thank you so much for joining. If you are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Rumble, wherever you are watching this podcast, I appreciate it. Please go ahead and hit the follow, subscribe, like button, all those things. It really helps a lot. And it's just such a simple way to I don't know, boost this a little bit. So if you're having such a good time that you don't mind clicking one little button, I would really appreciate that. On Spotify, I follow things and it like never actually affects me. Like I don't get email updates or anything. It's very odd. I'm like, yeah, follow on Spotify. And then you're always like, well, I don't want to get notifications or emails or things from people. And I've noticed on Spotify, it's just like, it doesn't make a difference. They'll send me emails for like upcoming concerts and it's never actually the artists that I actually do follow. Like one artist I love is, I really like Judah and the Lion. And I feel like they, out of like the 10 artists, 15 artists that I follow, they're the only ones that I see in the emails from Spotify. So it shouldn't be too much of a hassle is what I'm trying to say. Go ahead, please hit subscribe, like, hit the little bell. And thank you so much. We are going to get into it. I have a couple of things to address. I take notes and I see, if there's things in my life that I want to tell you people about. And I have one. I legitimately have a story. So here's what happened. Monk, here's what happened. So tell me if this is weird or not. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. Tell me if this is weird or not. I was in Jewel Osco the other week. Honestly, it was probably like 3 weeks ago, but again, we just haven't caught up. I was in Jewel about 3 weeks ago, and you know me, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went into the bathroom, because you know me, and I did my stuff. I was on the toilet, and I got up, and I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, where I'm fine with other things. I'm fine with like working outside and it's dirty and dusty and things like that. I can handle that, but I can't really handle like bacteria, germs, if that makes sense. I know all germs are bacteria and dirt, whatever. But I mean like bathroom stuff or like drinking somebody's drink or taking a bite of somebody's burger or something. I don't like that stuff. I don't like the body germs. So look at this. I could be working out a little bit more. I used to be buffer. I used to be somebody. Look at that. So anyway, I was in Jewel and I did my business, handled it like a true big boy on the toilet. Walked out of the stall, no soap, right? And so I thought, okay, all right, it's time to get serious about this. No, you know what happened? And I hate this. This is actually worse. I'm in the Jewel bathroom, go to the bathroom, turn on the water. I hit the soap dispenser and it's a little light. It's a little streamy. It's a little like watery, liquidy. It's kind of like a stream rather than a substance. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And I rub it and I go to, I go to scrub these puppies together. And I'm like, come on, this is hand sanitizer. And there's nothing worse than that. I would rather have no soap at all than they're out of soap and they've chosen to replace it with hand sanitizer because that's just the worst. I really, really despise that. So it does nothing. It doesn't soap up. It doesn't bubble up. I rinse my hands off and I'm not satisfied. That for me was not enough. So I go, okay, bathrooms are kind of in a weird corner of the store. I'm sure nobody is in the women's room. That's just what I thought. Actually, that's not the weird part of the story. So I go down to the women's room. I knock. I'm about to go in. I walk back out to see if anybody's coming down the hallway because I was just going to run in. It's like a 2-stall situation. It's not a big bathroom. And this lady walks in. This lady walks down the hallway to go into the bathroom. And I had to like pretend I was doing something at that end of the hall. I back out and I head back down to the men's bathroom. So here I am with no soap. Can't run into the women's bathroom. So here's what I do. Tell me if this is a weird thing. I decide that I would rather spend about $8, $7 than not wash my hands. You're welcome, world. So I go over to the body wash area and I pick up a body wash. And I go, well, if I'm going to buy soap, I might as well buy body wash that I actually use. So I picked up an Everyman Jack and took it into the bathroom with me. Did not pay. I picked it up off the shelf, walked into the bathroom, had my jacket over my shoulder because my hands were wet and I didn't touch anything. So I was just walking around the store like this. And then I picked up the soap from the shelf with like 2 minimal fingers. Go back into the bathroom, crack it open, wash my hands with it. And I used that for soap. I went out to the store, I grabbed soap off of the shelf, did not pay for it, went into the bathroom and used it and left it there. Now, I'm not a bad guy. The story doesn't end there. I think for some reason, because it was like, you know, like I said 3 weeks ago, I think I left it in there. I think I left it in there. And I continued to go shopping. And then at the end, I came back, picked it up, put it in my cart, and bought it. So I'm not a terrible guy. The worst thing that I could have done is grab the soap. I was kind of angry at the store. I could have grabbed the soap, used it, and just left it in the bathroom and been like, deal with it, guys. But that's stealing the soap because you're still using the soap and you're using it. So then I grabbed my Everyman Jack and I have it back in my place now. So that's my excellent bathroom story at Jewel. I tried to be a good, clean American, and you'll just have to judge me for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're going to get into this. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about the haircut. Haircut's not bad. Excuse me. Haircut's not bad. What's happening this weekend is... Whoa, it looks like my hat is kind of like a light up hat. What's happening this weekend is I'm going out to Pittsburgh to see my buddy Josh and his wife Michaela. And I'm kind of getting re-wardrobed up a little bit, which is exciting. I am going out there for a pickle fest with my buddy Michael and his wife Ashley. So I'm going to be the fifth wheel, which is excellent. And this Saturday, we're going shopping. She has put together this spread, this portfolio of clothing for me, because apparently this isn't cutting it. Because apparently this is not cutting it anymore. I love this angle because I look 7 feet tall. Look at this. It's so funny. It's legitimately so funny. But look, this apparently isn't cutting it. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's, you know, a good look. This is actually a little bit better than I look every day. It's 147 degrees out. So I don't know why I am dressed in so many layers. It'll be the dead of winter and I'll have shorts on. So I wear clothes backwards. So I don't know what she's going to do with me. What do we think, chat? Are the pants good? Can I keep the pants? The pants look a little better when I can fill them out, when I've done some squats. So I wasn't really content with this. You know, I've kind of been wearing the same wardrobe for, honestly, probably 6 years, 8 years. But I have a buddy that's worn the same underwear since like middle school. So I'm not that bad. So, you know, there's a couple of things coming down the pipeline and just growing up in general. And so I thought, well, 2026 is the year of ascending. We're halfway through it. Is there anything I can do at this halfway point of the year to elevate myself? So we'll have to see about this. I don't know. I could come back looking as fly as a bird. I think it's more of like a style. It's more what I told her was like, I like solid bases and then the top can have some colors. And I know this is kind of like the most disgusting. This is like the most basic version of that, but I like when something is a color and then on the top can be anything. But I've always been drawn to not having to create new outfits. Like only one pair of pants can go with this one specific shirt. No, give me four pairs of pants and then give me 12 tops that I can match a bunch of different ways. Like that Steve Harvey clip where he's like, get yourself a black suit, a navy blue suit, a tan suit, and a cream suit. And then he says, get a bunch of shirts and get a bunch of socks and 4 pairs of shoes. And now you have 6 million different outfits or whatever he says. So I'm hoping it's like that a little bit. I have not saved money, so I hope it's not going to be too expensive, but I won't be kicked out to the streets anyway. So that's always a nice buffer on life. So we'll see. I could come back looking as fly as a mosquito. So we'll see. Dude, the other day, actually it was the other week, now that I'm kind of like squatting a little bit, I had the oldest instance of my life. For the first time in my life, I bent down to get something. And I thought, here's what it means that I'm getting old. Here's what it means that I'm getting old. You know, I'm starting to think differently. My body is showing it. For the first time ever, I knelt down and I went. I picked something up and then I go, oh, since I'm down here, I should do this also. While I'm down here. While I'm down here, let me get, and it clicked and I was like, holy cow. Because I didn't want to get up. It was like, I didn't want to get back up. So I literally had the thought, while I'm down here, I should also do this because I don't want to get up and come back down. So, just a couple of things going on in my world. I appreciate you guys hanging around for it. Let's get into it. Let me look at this for a second. I need to change the Blackmagic camera app so it shows that it's still recording. So that's kind of it. Hit subscribe, like, follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all tuning in. Excuse me. First of all, I'm chewing gum, which is excellent for an audio production. So I'll spit that out. I hate when gum goes out. Look at this. This is what I got for my birthday. So I have a good buddy, Josh Flood. He's going to be on, I think, in like 3 weeks or something. And he's a big action figure collector. He's got a room in his house where, can you see this? You can see it a little bit. He's got a room in his house where he has like every action figure collector's item. And I like it because, you know, I'm a nerd too. I don't go as far as he goes, and he knows that. He's been like, hey, do you want to buy this? I'm like, yeah. But he has an insane room. I was trying to find footage a couple of days ago, but it's like all of the Lord of the Rings collection, all of the Spider-Man collection, like even the very niche stuff, even the very niche little characters, an insane Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection, DC, Batman, all of that. It's really, really cool. So he knows that I like Lord of the Rings, and I was especially taken with the Spider-Man stuff. That's my favorite. But his Lord of the Rings is like crazy. Every character, and they're like the full-size stuff. Anyways, so he rolled up on Friday, my actual birthday, this last Friday, and gave me this. So this is it's like a bookend, which I didn't know that, and he didn't really know that. He said that the other bookend is Rohan from Lord of the Rings. This is Rohan from Lord of the Rings, like the hill city they have. But this is not Rohan. This is Gondor. It's Minas Tirith. And it's very cool. It's very detailed, and it can hold, you know, shekels and trinkets and things like that. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And he said it was really hard to find. It's like, here, exclusive DVD collectible. So big shout out to Josh. You'll see him in a few weeks. I really appreciate him giving this to me. It is cool. I'm going to keep it here for you to look at. Also, I forgot I had those. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We have some things to look at. We're about 20 minutes in. Yeah, the streams could be fun on Thursdays. See, that's when I think I'll invite people in and you know, I'll have guests on here, but I'll invite people in for a stream on Thursdays, or just like play a game or something. There's this game trending right now. It's on Netflix, and you like play with your phone or from your phone in addition to actually interacting. And it's a scary game, and I don't really like scary stuff. It's a little bit scary for me, but I think it would be fun. It would be fun to do. So I'll get some people in to do that. It would be a blast. I'll try to release a production schedule coming up. I think that would be cool too, so you can know what is coming up. All right, let's take a look at this. I got some things to look at. Oh, that already played. Let's look at this.
Thing happened. We get to our Airbnb in San Diego.
Hold on. I'm going to read it first. Because whenever things like this show up, I always pause it and read it so I know what I'm watching. This is nuts. Holy cow, this family checked into an Airbnb in San Diego, California. This is actually really crazy. They look at this wall. I think that's a typo. And there is a large picture of people at the beach. The dad looks at it and says, "That looks like me," about a guy in the water. Ha, 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 that looks like me. Check this out. The picture is of them. The girls, the dad, the whole family is at the beach playing in the water in this painting on the wall of the Airbnb they just checked into. According to AI, the odds of this happening are so extremely low, it's hard to comprehend. The odds are 1 in hundreds of millions for a random booking to have this picture of you. Let's check this out.
Okay, guys, the weirdest thing happened. We get to our Airbnb in San Diego. Unsettling. And we're like
random Airbnb.
Looking through it, no connections to it. We're looking at this picture, and my dad is.
Wait, I gotta restart this because I think now I've just messed it up. You always gotta think ahead to editing. Okay, here.
This thing happened. We get to our Airbnb in San Diego. Unsettling. And we're like
random Airbnb.
Looking through it, no connections to it. We're looking at this picture, and my dad is like, "This looks like me." And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, what? No, this is my dad. That's my sister, Libby, when she was 10 years ago. And that's Brady, my brother."
What's Livy's situation?
He is they're literally in the Airbnb picture.
We have those swimsuits. We are literally in this picture.
It's the craziest thing.
We are on our Airbnb wall. This can't be real.
No, guys, we think this is crazy.
We are
so
actually
let's not.
spiraling.
So this is obviously very wild, and a lot of
Who's this
people
guy
have
now?
opinions on what
What's this guy talking about? Who's this now coming in?
could
He's
be.
doing what I'm gonna do.
Let's just take a look at the comments.
Let's see what he has
People
to say, though.
it's CERN. People say I change it out for every new guest. Other people say
That's
they've
funny.
had something similar happen. But what are the actual odds of this happening to you? And according to this, it is extremely, extremely low, almost impossible for something like this to happen to you. For you to go to an Airbnb, show up, and have this on the wall of your family, you'd be looking at 1 in tens or hundreds of millions for a random booking.
Well, that's pretty crazy. Thanks for that. Thanks for that insight, random guy. He took my job. Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts because it's not even like they're from the area. They're visiting San Diego, and it like just happens to be a picture of when they happened to be there. It's not like they live there and they go there every weekend. It's really insane. I like the idea that they're creepers. I don't know if I'd be able to. Let's see if I have do I have a picture of myself when I was little? I feel like it's a little weird. I feel like a lot of us that look like me are beautiful and distinct, but at the same time, if you put me at 8 years old next to another kid that looks like me and they were 8 years old, I don't know if I could be like, that's definitely me. It's a neat story, and I believe them, especially because they can tell the swimsuits, but like, that's tough. I feel like a lot of dads look the same. I feel like a lot of kids look the same. I feel like I looked the same as a whole lot of other 10-year-olds. But that's pretty crazy. That is it's a little creepy too. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what this one is. These aren't that funny. Oh, check this out. Dude, I love this so much. I was telling my mom that she should do this. A 77-year-old woman is now speaking out. That's good for her. We need more 77-year-old women speaking out. We need more 77-year-old women speaking out. Because they really didn't do it their whole life, and they've put us in this predicament now, and now they're choosing to speak out, which is excellent. It's very good. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see what she's speaking out about. She lives her whole life, lets us get to this point in this nation, and now she's choosing to say something. Let's see what's irked her. It must be important to speak up now.
I don't think a woman that lives in a senior community that's going to be 77 years old next month will be driving around with what this plate has to say. I don't think a woman that lives in a senior community that's going to be 77 years old next month will be driving around with what this plate has to say. I
love the 77 years old next month. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's totally what I did when I was turning 12 from 11. 11 and a half, actually. 11 and a half, actually. I don't think for a woman who's turning 77 next month. Happy birthday, Linda. Happy birthday. She has a license plate here that says SQZ-A55. And, good for her. First of all, she's probably entering her final character arc. And she's looking to have a little fun. She knows that it's going downhill. And she got a little crazy on a Tuesday afternoon. She had to get a new plate. I did also. I just had to get a new plate because my registration was a year expired. I didn't get this. You wouldn't hear me complaining if I got this. But here's what I think. I think she's entering her final arc, and she did this on purpose. This cat is not fooling anybody. She requested this, and then now it's Sunday morning. She drove with it to church. Everybody's seeing it, and she has to flip-flop now. She now has to flip and go, well, do you? No, I did not, actually. Somebody said, that's so funny, or, oh, I can't believe you got it. And she goes, do you think a 77-year-old next month would request this on purpose? She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the pressure. She requested that, she paid for it, and now she's at church on Sunday and has to backtrack it. You're not fooling us, Linda. Dude, wouldn't that be great if you just had a license plate that had that? I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, inappropriate, but that would be so funny. She's not fooling me. She's not fooling me. She's just regretting it now that she's out in public. Excellent. Let's see there. Okay, let's get into some cultural things. I'm going to Pickles Fest out in Pittsburgh this weekend. And I think I'm going to wear my Meta AI glasses. And Josh Layton is already saying he's pretty nervous about being out with me in public. These are not them. But those are just blue light. But he's already pretty nervous about me in public with him. This is the guy that hates going through drive-thrus with me. I try my best, but I don't know why people don't like being with me in public. I think I get along with people famously well. And I'm very smooth, and I'm very articulate, and I'm very considerate of their time. And I am a wholesome chungus who just tries to be a cutie patootie. But some people think that I'm loud and I'm obtuse, and I will just say socially awkward things. I said, Josh, why don't we just, since you hate going to the Pickles Fest, it's outside, it's in downtown. I think it's in downtown Picklesburg. Going to be a ton of people, going to be very warm. He's not thrilled about it. I said, Josh, how about you and I? We'll just talk politics the whole time. And he said, I would rather die than discuss politics with you loudly amongst people. And I think he's probably correct, to be honest with you. Because I would start every sentence with, you know what I think about those people? And then it would just be like, I think the people that sell pickles are great. You know, I would just lead with that. Just to freak him out every time. He never knows which way I'm going. Let's take a look at this. 3 culture articles and then this great edit that I saw. Polymarket just in. This was on July 10th, my birthday. Piles of garbage from Taylor Swift's wedding have sold out after being listed for $25 a bag. Piles of garbage from Taylor Swift's wedding are being sold, worse, they were sold out after being listed for $25 a bag. So there's 2 things happening here. The first is, what? The first is piles of garbage from her wedding. Would you do this? I don't know why. I don't know. It's really crazy. It's really actually gross. So the person who reposted this said, people will clutch pearls over Aristotle, saying some people are naturally slaves, then go buy a bag of celebrity trash. Which is true. They're doing the thing. They're doing the thing. They're proving the point. Hold on. I'm stuck. Hold on. You know, I think there's a lot more wrong with society than, like, you should not be buying Frappuccinos for $5 each day. You know, we're at the point. I think that was applicable. You know, your coffee expense over a year adds up to something like $18,000. You know, people say that. And I think that was applicable at a certain time when it was like, when it wasn't bad enough to where it's like, oh no, you cutting out coffee would actually make a difference. But now I really do think, and I'm not some like, you know, socialist that's, you know, but I'm just thinking freely here. It's pretty bad. It's really interesting out there. The average first time home buyer it was 41 just a few months ago. I think now it's 43. What I'm trying to say is we're past the point of the coffee expense making a difference. At this point, smoke them while you got them. Buy the coffee. Buy the coffee. Because that's not gonna all of a sudden put you into your first house. Sorry. It's just not. But I would agree with them. Somebody like a Dave Ramsey, if you're doing this. This is nuts. This is crazy. If you are buying celebrity trash for $25 a bag, I think you should be homeless. I think you should be carrying that bag as your only earthly possessions walking down the street. Because that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Some people on the other side, young people will be like, no, it's not the coffee expense, blah, blah, blah. But then to take the boomer side, yeah, if you're spending money on this, you make a pretty compelling case for what the boomer coffee expense mindset is. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this is a crazy practice, and I think it's very odd. So that the actual doing this is nuts, and it seems very Hunger Games-ish. It seems like celebrities just appealing to the masses and selling them their garbage. But at the same time, here's the second part. So not only is Taylor Swift's wedding trash being sold, it's not being sold anymore because they sold out. Because they sold out of it. I think we deserve where we're at, America. I think we deserve not being able to buy a home until 43. I think we deserve everything. Because here's what I'm saying. Shame on them for selling this stuff. Shame on them for selling this celebrity garbage because they know people will buy it. But shame on us for buying it. Shame on, well, not me. So I'm going to say you people. Shame on you guys for buying it, because that just sends a message that, hey, we are who you think we are. We are who you think we are. We will buy that garbage. Thank you very much. I'm honored. Actually, I won't pay $25 for it. I will pay much more than that and buy multiple bags and sell you out. So we're doing the thing. We're proving their point. We are just the masses, and it's embarrassing. So shame on them for selling it. Shame on us for selling out of it. We deserve to be thought of the way that they think about us. God bless them. Right? Right. All right, let's see this. Next. Oh, dude, this was crazy. Okay, so you might have seen this. A tourist was seriously injured after a bison tossed them about 8 feet into the air in Yellowstone National Park. The attack was captured on video by photographer Mike MacLeod. Okay, good. It's only July, but I'm calling it early for craziest video of the year. Yeah, you got to see this. This was nuts. So this is in Yellowstone National Park, like I read. And okay, I guess there's no actual audio, so I'm going to go back to my post. Please hold. There's no audio of the actual thing. There's only audio of edits. Okay, so anyway, here it is. A tourist was seriously injured after a bison tossed him about 8 feet into the air in Yellowstone National Park. Let's take a look at this. So I will just provide commentary. And for people on audio, I forgot to describe what I was looking at. So I don't know why you're watching, why you're listening to this. This is a video medium, obviously. Look at me. Okay, so this bison throwing it around, just tossing around, throwing it back. He sees a couple of people walking. Looks like they're like, what, 40 yards away? Dude, he just runs over. Okay. Oh, that would be so terrifying. Okay, starts running circles. So this is an older gentleman, looks probably 72 years old, big beard, Santa-looking guy. Bison is caught in the trees. Bison doesn't know what's what. I think he just tore that tree down. W tree. Okay, so now they're running laps. Now they're running laps around this tree. Oh, he gets zonked into the air. Dude, that's nuts. This bison just literally bucked behind him and tossed him, threw his head up like a bucking bronco and just tossed him 8 feet into the air. That's crazy. I saw somebody comment that it was like the natural cycle of the boomer is ending. There was somebody that said that. They're like, the bison, one of the most, idealistic animals for the nature of America, tosses boomer into the air, prompting boomer's stage exit. You know, it's like the most, it's very symbolic of what's going on. The natural nature of America embodied in this animal just launches Boomer into the air. And I thought that was pretty funny. Park ranger. Dude, yeah, the park ranger just left. Look at this guy. Let's rewatch it. Here he is. He's just thrashing around like any American would want to do. Wow. These guys are literally like 30 yards away. Oh, and it's a daughter. He's got like or I don't know, that could be a man. Is that a band or a song? That's a man. Let's see this again. Dude, poor guy, legitimately. Well, the bison gets caught in a tree, which is very funny. And then, let's fast forward. Oh, dang it, dude. Oh, it's launched about 8 feet in the air. I hate that. I really hate that stuff. I hate when, like, at the rodeo or something, which, rest in peace, rodeos. I went to rodeos, and, dude, I cannot stand this wire, this cord. I haven't been to one in a long time, but what I always hated was when, like, the bull would kick somebody and then would, like, step on him or something. Oh, I just hated that for some reason. Dude, honestly, that is pretty scary, though. But that's probably symbolic of where we are at in the nation right now. Oh, here, this one has audio. That scared me. It just started playing. Here we go. Let's look at this. Cartoon clip. Cartoon clip. Dude, that was loud in my ears. I don't know if that was loud for you. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. It seems like the natural cycle of the boomer is ending. The bison flips older gentleman in the air. Honestly, I hope he's all right. I'm not trying to make a funny about that. That is pretty scary, actually. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I have one more. Roll this.
Cheers to girls' days and getting out of the house every once in a while. Right in my eyeball.
On the surface, it may look like we are typical housewives, but we're not. Behind our perfect suburban lives are the secrets nobody sees.
Now tell me how you gonna get.
I
just want to stop it there. They say secrets like this is some sort of like glamorous thing. They say secrets like it's like a sultry, you know, sensual. They don't know our secrets. It's like it's not that. Like it's kind of some sort of, you know, cool secret. Like, hey, I have this trick at the pool, at the bar that I can do at the, you know, I can split a perfect pool table thing. Like I have this secret. Like I have this thing they don't know about. You're glamorizing it a little bit.
A teacher?
I was struggling.
Being on food stamps, not having a place to live.
I was a registered veterinary technician.
I was full-time as a nanny.
I'd wake up before our son. I would get back in the last hour of his day.
What can we do to make the most money that gives us the most time with our families?
I don't know what the right answer is.
I need your guys' help. Down the stairs, through the basement, through the garage.
We do full-time adult spicy content for work now.
And before you think anything, you should be applauding them for their bravery. You should be, stop it. Don't jump to conclusions. You didn't hear the hoops they had to jump through. You should be applauding them for their bravery to do such a thing. You wish, you wish you could do something like this. TLC is doing a show about moms doing OnlyFans spicy content, and it features their whole family and kids. This is exciting. This is bold. This is fresh. Onward.
She would shower and walk away with $4 or $5 grand.
Jim and I have kind of been keeping like a big secret.
Is it a good secret?
Adult content. I'm known for being the natural.
What does stand for?
Can you say that?
let's get some new mom.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit this because a lot of this stuff is like kind of sensual, but maybe I'll leave it in because you do deserve to see how moldy and gross the soup is, just to know what state it's in. I don't know what kind of analogy that was, but this is kind of like a car accident. You can't look away entirely. You have to see you got to see what state we're in. You got to see this. Yes, well, maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can understand it without having to actually, partake in it.
Mom's in here. Started as a fun social media group that we have.
Women like having fun, creating content.
That's the money shot. Make love to the camera.
Thank you guys so much for all your advice.
So living this life together.
It just looks like a piece of string. What even is it?
That's like a micro bikini. Like one person found out and 2 people found out.
I lost my job.
Our plan was not to come out.
How long have you worked for the FBI?
I'm hiding such a huge part of my life.
That's a lot for your kids to take in.
Being a Christian, I do struggle with that.
My dad.
Stop. Oh. Being a Christian, I do struggle with that. Being a Christian, I do sometimes sit at night and go, this doesn't feel 100% kosher. Sometimes I think, yeah, I don't know about this. Oh, come on. This is just nuts. It's nuts, the programming that is out there. And I'll let this finish, but it seems, you know what it seems very similar to? It seems very similar to the Taylor Swift garbage thing. Like, shame. Hold on, I'm stuck again. I'm so tired of this cable. Shame on them for putting this together, right? It's like, what is this? What are we doing? Even if you're not fully convinced that it's the worst thing ever, which, whatever. Then it's like, really, this is it? This is what we're watching? This is the production being put out? What is on TV is a good litmus test of where we're at in a society, because what is peddled to the masses is twofold. It's like what they're willing to put out, but also what we will consume. Because they wouldn't put out something that wasn't being consumed. I mean, these are smart people. They wouldn't waste money putting together something that isn't going to be worth it at all. So it's like, yeah, shame on them for putting something like this together, but then shame on us for being consumers of it. And it's like the Taylor Swift trash. It's like, that is, wow, they're really just selling garbage to people. They're selling their celebrity garbage. It's like the Hunger Games and classist activities and everything. And then it's like, but they sold out. But they sold out of it. And it's like, what is this show about? It's about moms doing OnlyFans? That's disgusting. How could they make that? Because it's being watched. Because they're selling out. So it's twofold. It's just interesting how, used to be Cake Boss and other TLC shows, and now they're doing this. They made that show where like moms and sons are dating each other. I don't know if you saw that. That came out a few years back, where it's like, I think they made 2 seasons. It was probably on TLC also. I don't know what's up with TLC these days, but it was moms who go on this dating show, and then their sons are the ones they're dating. And so all these ladies are dating their own fellow moms' sons. It's just nuts. Onward.
Dad is a pastor.
It was a bit of a
My dad is a pastor.
through the family.
You're still talking.
You're right.
I have no sex life with my wife.
What? I caught him for like the 2nd time. Divorce is not off the table.
Makes me wonder if we thought it all the way through.
I manage the talent.
Nobody can manage all this.
I love that it paused there. It just kind of like added to the cringiness. Nobody can manage all that. Is. I don't know. What. Maybe that's what stage of Weimar is this? I can kind of figure out what that means without knowing at all what that means. It's really interesting. It's really interesting stuff. And I don't know if I'm convinced by like, like they're saying, they're like, well, I had to work. I woke up before my son woke up and then I came home an hour before you went to bed. I was a nurse working all the time. I'm never convinced with that. Like, well, the reasoning why we did this thing makes it worth it. You know, I don't know. Some people see that and they're like, well, what are they supposed to do? You can't buy a house and, you know, they can't afford groceries and things like that. And I'm like, so then you go and do OnlyFans? That's the solution? It's similar to, you know, to the person who's starving goes and steals. And some people are like, well, he shouldn't have been starving. And I'm like, well, that's true, but two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, he still did do the thing. So I don't know, you know, I'll have to watch the show and give a report back. I'll have to watch. You know what? This one's on me, fellas and ladies. This one's on me. I'll research the show and I'll come back with a post-show recap. I will research it. Double Lives of Suburban Wives on TLC. No, don't watch. No. You don't want to see this. I'll take one for the team. No, really, it's fine. Really, it's fine. I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. Just kidding. I don't even know how you watch TLC. No, but what I'm saying is, like, I feel like a part of the script is going to be like, they get sad and they're like, well, what were we supposed to do? We didn't have enough money. And it's like, not do that. Not go and do that. I'm just slow to be on board when people use the reasoning why something is needed as the justification for why it had to be done. Because that's a slippery slope. Then all of a sudden you can't pay the bills, so you start doing OnlyFans. You know. And even if I'm being generous, that's in a wildly different bucket than the person who's starving steals bread. Like that, I could probably put that in a different moral category. But, you know, and I'm sure part of it too is like they're bamboozled by it. Like, it wasn't supposed to turn into this. It's like, what? You can only think 1 or 2 steps ahead. You can't think 8 steps ahead of how this is actually going to roll out and how it's going to affect people. So, like I said, I'll take one on the chin. I will take it for the team. I'll get back to you. I will binge the whole series. August 9th. Let me put that in the calendar. I'm just kidding. But let's look at a couple of funny things and let's get out of here. Let's see if I had something on Instagram. Let's see. I sent stuff to myself. Yes, let's just, this is mom versus taking a picture. Moms are incredible on their phones. And that's, and you know, that's undisputed. One of my favorite things, there's a meme that keeps, has this just been here the whole time? Oh, that's ridiculous. That's funny. One of my favorite things is people are highlighting or making fun of moms who answer the phone, and it's like 8 seconds of just Vietnam warfare noise in the background. That is so completely true. And I actually add to the stress and pressure. When I call my mom and she answers, I go, mute it, pause it. And she goes, yes, I know. Just, hold on. I know. Yes, I know. And it just sounds, you know, there's always something in the background. It is so funny. So this is mom versus taking a picture. Let's watch this. No, flips it, no! Flips the camera around towards herself, flips it back towards the sky, is trying to take a picture of the sky, flips it back again towards herself, and then flips the entire camera around to get a picture with the front camera. With the selfie camera. That's crazy. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. Onward, next.
Be careful who you share your apples with, because once they get their apples filled, their baskets full, they might also be the one at the bottom cutting your tree down while you're still up there. So be careful who you share with. Be careful who you share your apples with.
Wait a second, what? Gave us a director's cut.
Because the one you share your apples with, once they get their basket full, also might be the one at the bottom of the tree cutting your tree down while you're still up there. Yeah, watch who you let.
Wait a second, that's different. Did he film 2 in the same video? He did 2 takes and put them together? So good, had to say it twice, gave us the director's cut.
Your orchard.
And I know some people are gonna be like, look, your name is on it. Sometimes I watch part of this and then I send it to myself just because I want a legit reaction later. I know down here it says liked by me.
Be careful who you share your apples with.
Yes.
Because once they get their apples filled,
what are they gonna do?
Their baskets full, they
Yep.
might also be the one at the bottom cutting your tree down while you're still up there.
Okay.
So
wow.
Be careful who you share with. Be careful who you share your apples with, because the one you share your apples with, once they get their basket full, also might be the one at the bottom of the tree cutting your tree down while you're still up there. Yeah, watch who you let in your orchard.
Yeah. I have a feeling this literally happened to this guy. No metaphor, just real apple betrayal. Yeah, he's not even trying to make a point. He's like actually giving a warning. He's literally giving a warning of, no, seriously, be careful who you let fill their apple, because they're gonna cut your tree down. Whatever, stupid. All right, last one, and then let's get out of here.
Слава Богу, ни у меня, ни у тебя, ни у нас, ни у кого нету мозги. Несколько долбоебов собрались, раздаем советы друг другу. Слава Богу, ни у меня, ни у тебя, ни у нас, ни у кого нету мозги. Несколько долбоебов собрались, раздаем советы друг другу.
Look at him applauding in the background. That's Spetsnaz shirt. That's totally, I think that's what they used to wear. Or like that was their undershirt, that blue and white stripe. That's so funny. Bro got baptized. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that might do it. I think I sent, oh no, here's one more. And then this will be it. All right, so this joke will get me canceled. That's not me. This is this video. Let's see. This fella's saying this joke will get him canceled.
Telling this joke on the internet will get me canceled. Be ready for me to disappear forever. So, this is the best race.
Gosh, dang. I immediately know his energy. I immediately know everything I know there is to know about him. That humor, that like quirky, like Reddit-y sort of... Dang. I feel like we all knew a couple people like that growing up. That like quirky is funny, laughing. This isn't going to be funny. This joke. I immediately know everything I need to know about this guy.
Joke on the internet will get me canceled. Be ready for me to disappear forever. So... This is the best race joke I've ever made in my life, and I swear to you I did not intend it to be a race joke. It just blurted out that way. But about 2 years ago, one of my sisters and I were watching one of the Miraculous movies. And for those of you who know what Nino looks like, you can already tell where this is heading. Now, my sister proceeds to make an actually good joke saying he is as smooth as crunchy peanut butter, which is on key. And I didn't even realize what I said until I said it.
This is about to be the dumbest line ever. This is about to be the dumbest line ever.
But I proceed to say, he's the whitest cracker in America. And I was referring to saltine crackers. I wasn't trying to sound racist at all, but it came out so racist in the funniest way. And I love it so much. And I love Nino to death. He's amazing. But I'm gonna get canceled now, so see ya. Oh, Lord have mercy.
You know what the problem is? I feel like there is there is an angle or a flavor or a slice of this guy that is me. I can't fully be upset because I'm upset at myself. I feel like there is a percentage of this fellow that I also have. I can't fully roast him because I can't fully roast him. I can't even roast him because I do feel like there's a part of that is me. And now I'm pretty upset. I hate stuff like that. I hate that energy. I don't. That's very funny, but it's cringy, and that's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, that about rounds it out. I will hit you back soon. See you next week. I will also... Look at my eyes. Look at that. Whoa. Dude, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, that's literally just like a light from Amazon. There, it's right there. Ah, that's probably the brightest. If my eyes were like that all the time, that would be insane. I feel like they're more like a bluish gray if you see me in real life. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you hanging out. Another week of digesting the world around us and talking through things. Thank you. Excuse me. There's some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. And shout out to Josh Flood. Shout out to Josh Flood. He gave me this Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings, Gondor. Minas Tirith is the city. a bookend collector's item for my birthday. Clutch, real clutch. Shout out, Josh Flood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Like, follow, subscribe, and see you real soon. Okay, bye.